I know that they would also like to see some of Shedeur Sanders this year. We know this in part because Jimmy Haslam has told us, yes, absolutely, absolutely, we want to see these two rookie quarterbacks, Shedeur Sanders. And I think that everything that they believed in him or about him, I think he has shown that in practice and in games to them, despite some of the reports that were coming out of Berea. I mean, they like what they see. They like the processing. They like the decision making. And I think once they feel that they can game plan for him, that he will even show out better. So, I think anything can happen depending on how the start of the season goes.
Mary Kay Cabot has just dropped a bombshell. Shedeur Sanders could start games from the very beginning of the season. In her latest report, she made it clear that the Browns are valuing him even more than they did when they drafted him. Despite the negative reports coming out of Berea, Mary Kay declared that the Browns are high on Shedeur. She noted that he's working incredibly hard, his processing skills are sharp, and his accuracy is on point. She believes that once he gets the chance to play, he'll only improve. In fact, she even mentioned that Shedeur could be in line to play in the Cincinnati game, and it might not be long before he's named the starter.
He's passionate, he's dedicated to it, he puts the time in. And those are really the things that you can really hang your head on when it comes to these young players. And then he's shown growth. He's shown growth on the field. And again, it's a super small sample size, so we got to continue to be intentional with his plan and work with him just like we will do with every rookie.
Before Mary Kay Cabot made her declaration, the assistant GM of the Cleveland Browns also weighed in on Shedeur Sanders. He emphasized that Shedeur has the right mindset, is putting in the work, and has shown significant improvement. These qualities have made the evaluators take a step back and think, what more can we do to help this dedicated young player? The assistant GM made it clear that the Browns acknowledge all of Shedeur's efforts and hard work. With these words, it's evident that the organization believes he's ready and that the support from the hierarchy is there for him to start at any point. It's all lining up and the future is looking bright for Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland. And this isn't just about Shedeur improving, it's also about the age factor with Joe Flacco, which could play a major role in Shedeur taking the reins of this team. Mary Kay Cabot clarified that Shedeur's opportunity might come sooner than expected because Flacco is starting to lose some of his efficiency as he ages. She noted that there are growing concerns about Flacco's reflexes and movements, which aren't what they used to be in his prime. As time goes on, these factors could make it more likely for Shedeur to step in and prove what he can do sooner rather than later. The stage could soon be set for the young quarterback to take over the Browns' offense.
The thing about Joe this year, now, at the age of 40, he's probably even lost a little bit of a step over the past 2 years. We don't know for sure, but there's a good chance that maybe he doesn't move even quite as well as he did back then.
Mary Kay Cabot went on to explain that one of the key concerns with Joe Flacco is his tendency to turn the ball over, which has been a major issue in his last 5 games with Indianapolis. For the Browns, this means they will need to provide extra protection to minimize those turnovers. However, she cautioned that even with extra protection, there's always a chance something serious could happen. The risks involved with Flacco's play style, combined with his age, make it clear that the team has to tread carefully, which only adds more weight to the potential for Shedeur Sanders to take over sooner rather than later.
Those kinds of turnovers. In his last 4 starts in Indianapolis, that was a huge problem. He was turning the ball over like crazy, 9 turnovers in those last. So that's what he's got to stay away from.
On the other hand, Shedeur Sanders has a clear and focused mindset. For him, simply being on the field and practicing every day is a blessing, something he once only dreamed of. He emphasized that patience is essential, and he's completely prepared to wait for his moment to shine. When that opportunity finally comes, he plans to make the most of it with everything he has. Until then, his attention remains on working harder than ever, ensuring he's fully prepared when the time arrives. Every practice, every rep, every single moment is an investment in his future, and Shedeur is fully committed to putting in the effort, no matter how long it takes. When his chance finally comes, he'll be ready to take it.
I would say I learned life in a different perspective, and that's why I come here. I'm happy. I always got good energy because, I'm blessed to come out here every day. Regardless of the situation, regardless of anything, I know my time, whenever that is, I'll be ready for it, and I'm going to embrace that.
Previously, Mary Kay pointed out that Shedeur Sanders is the primary reason the Browns are still grabbing attention in the media. With the full support of the Browns hierarchy, it's clear that Shedeur is ready for his moment. Without him, she suggested, the Browns could have easily slipped into total irrelevance. But that's not the end of the story. She dropped some major insights that are likely to change the entire narrative around the team. Mary Kay Cabot emphasized that Shedeur Sanders isn't just a big name. He also has immense potential as a developmental quarterback. She made it clear that his talent is too significant for the Browns to ignore, urging the team to give him a real shot. While she's confident that he'll meet expectations, she acknowledged that if he doesn't, the team has the option to move on. However, at this point, the value he brings far outweighs the risk. It's a gamble worth taking, one that the Browns simply can't afford to pass up.
It was too much value to pass up there, a developmental quarterback that they could take a look at and just kind of see what they had. And if it didn't work out, then you move on from it, but why not give it a shot?
Cabot also noted that the Browns initially tried to manage Shedeur Sanders' fame, thinking they could control the narrative. However, with a player of his caliber, she argued, that's just not feasible. Shedeur brings his own audience and fan base, and when the team tries to downplay his spotlight, it only ends up backfiring. Instead of shifting the focus away from him, they inadvertently draw more attention and scrutiny to themselves, creating more problems for the team rather than alleviating any. Mary Kay Cabot made it clear that Shedeur Sanders' arm strength and processing speed are truly exceptional. These are his superpowers when it comes to throwing the ball. While he may not stand out in every other area of the game, she pointed out that he remains solid across the board. Cabot is confident that, in time, Shedeur will step into the starting quarterback role once Joe Flacco's tenure with the team comes to a close. She has no doubt that Shedeur will seize the opportunity when the time is right and shine in the position.
And so I do think that he's someone that will get out there sooner than later, be able to see that. But he has a little bit of everything else too, or at least a lot of everything else. He's not extraordinary at anything else necessarily, but he's very, very good at all of the other things.
Mary Kay Cabot has proven time and again to be a highly reliable insider when it comes to Browns news. Her insights are often on point, backed by her extensive knowledge and close connections within the team. Her recent comments about Shedeur Sanders, combined with the support he's receiving from the Browns hierarchy, further solidify her credibility. It's clear from her reporting that the team sees immense potential in Shedeur and is ready to give him a genuine opportunity to take command of the team. Whether it's due to his talent, his work ethic, or the shifting dynamics with veteran quarterbacks, the stage is set for Shedeur to step up. The Browns are aware of his potential, and with the backing of the organization's leadership, there's no doubt that Shedeur could take the reins at any point this season. Mary Kay's detailed analysis underscores that the moment for Shedeur to prove himself could arrive sooner than expected, and it will be up to him to make the most of the opportunity. Given all the factors at play, it's clear, Shedeur Sanders is ready to take command when the time comes. What do you think about Shedeur Sanders' potential to take over the starting role for the Browns this season? Do you believe he's ready to lead? Or do you think the team should stick with their veteran options a bit longer? How much of an impact do you think Mary Kay Cabot's insights will have on the Browns' decision-making moving forward? Could the pressure of Shedeur's fame actually work in his favor? Or is it more of a distraction for the team? And finally, with the support from the Browns hierarchy, do you expect to see him take command sooner rather than later? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.